We can map the human genome and beam high-definition video across the planet in milliseconds. Yet, despite this immense external control, our internal lives are increasingly chaotic, defined by an underlying sense of speed and anxiety. Intellectual analysis, the tool we use to build our cities, has proved unable to cure the mental exhaustion caused by living in them. In response, mainstream Westerners are turning toward a practice that predates the industrial age by 26 centuries. They are sitting in silence, closing their eyes, and adopting a specialized internal science to find stability. The medical establishment has followed suit. Doctors are increasingly viewing meditation as a necessary reset for a deeply overloaded nervous system. Clinical trials and brain scans now yield hard data on the practice. Rigorous studies demonstrate that meditation produces measurable physiological changes in the body that improve how we handle stress. This provides a modern, secular validation for a highly advanced internal system that has remained unchanged for thousands of years. We can now physically see the impact of this practice using advanced medical imaging. By placing long-term practitioners in MRI machines, scientists can watch the brain restructure itself in real time. Scans show the brain developing a specialized system to block out external noise. This firewall identifies trivial sensory inputs and prevents them from entering deeper cognitive centers where they would normally cause distraction. As the external noise drops, the brain stabilizes the limbic system. The limbic system is the part of the brain involved in our behavioral and emotional responses, especially for survival. Meditation improves its regulation, leading to better emotional control and sharper memory. The effects extend throughout the body. Once the brain calms the nervous system, it triggers a cascade of physical benefits, boosting the immune system's efficiency. Studies track these changes to the successful treatment of chronic conditions, including high blood pressure and severe skin inflammation. Sitting in silence causes a measurable biological restructuring of the human hardware. This type of cognitive optimization was the primary focus of visionaries like Steve Jobs. He didn't build products based on standard market logic. He relied on a highly cultivated mental edge. Long before he led Apple, Jobs spent 7 months in the villages of rural India. He sought a different framework for understanding consciousness and problem-solving than the ones provided by the West. He concluded that the analytical intellect, the rational tool we prize most in the West, is weaker and more limited than Eastern intuition. Jobs used meditation to bypass standard thinking. By quieting the surface-level noise, he accessed deeper levels of consciousness where his ideas possessed greater clarity and power. The mind that built the most valuable company on the planet generated its most successful concepts from an ancient, technology-free internal system. The insights revealed by modern MRI scans and 20th century CEOs are simply modern labels placed onto a system finalized 26 centuries ago by the Buddha. His framework begins with sila, or morality. Living ethically serves as the required foundation for a clear mind. It removes the internal conflict and guilt that keep the mind agitated. On top of this moral foundation, the mind can achieve samadhi. This is the state of deep, unwavering meditation, where concentration becomes absolute. Sustaining this concentration leads to panya, or deep wisdom. This is the state of high-level intuition Steve Jobs used to see through complex problems with total clarity. Without any modern lab equipment, the Buddha mapped the deepest mechanics of human consciousness using only the focused instrument of his own mind. We are currently witnessing a historic convergence. Ancient Eastern philosophy and modern Western science have arrived at the same empirical conclusions about the nature of the mind. This system refuses rigid dogmatism. Even its most complex concepts are understood through a rational lens of cause and effect. Meditation functions as a lifelong educational curriculum designed for mastering the human condition. The practice asks for no change in your religion or beliefs. It simply invites you to act as a scientist within the laboratory of your own mind. You can begin your own version of this ancient experiment today. It starts with something as simple as focusing on a single point of light.